Good morning, guys. Welcome to day 73 until I'm a YouTube millionaire. Today we're going to do another reaction video of Melodysheep's Immortal Suns. Now, I am of the firm belief that Melodysheep is the best YouTube channel on YouTube. The only negative that they have is that they don't post enough videos. But I love their content. It is mind-blowingly good. And it makes you think about stuff that you perhaps never have thought of in your life. This is especially true if you're younger. Me being 35, I've had an opportunity to, but there you go. So let's go ahead and hop right into this. We're watching Immortal Suns, How Dark Matter Could Make Stars Live Forever. This is
deep in the center of our galaxy. A mysterious cluster of stars is defying explanation. They zip around a supermassive black hole at incredible speeds, reaching...
So if you look at this, it's posited or believed, and there's actually some pictures of this through the Hubble telescope, as well as other deep space telescopes that we have, that very active black holes have accretion disks like this that make it so that you might not be able to see the black hole itself, but you can see the superheated material that's orbiting around it in its event horizon. That's what that is. It's the same thing you see in the movie Interstellar.
Nearly 10% the speed of light.
Ten 10% the speed of light is, what is it? 500 billion miles per hour.
It's surprising to find any stars here at all, as the black hole shreds apart the gas clouds they're born from. So these stars must be older ones that came here from elsewhere. But here's the mystery. They appear much younger than expected, as if...
So this is hearkening to the idea of solar interstellar capture and stuff like that, right? So if the star was born somewhere else in the universe and everything in the universe is moving, that's what this brings to mind. Like, our solar system is moving at like 93 miles per second. The entire solar system. Not just the Earth around the sun, the whole solar system. The Oort cloud, everything inside it, about 93 miles per second. And then the galaxy, Milky Way, is rotating at about 193 miles per second. Everything in the universe is moving. Everything. So there's a bunch of different frames of reference. While we feel and look stationary here on Earth, the atmosphere seems stationary. Blah, 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 you get the point. Everything is in motion. So this makes you think, for something like time travel, if you were to be able to travel through time, you also need to travel through space, which they're the same thing. You need an anchor point. Because if you don't have an anchor point, guess what's going to happen? You're going to teleport somewhere in the middle of blank space and die immediately. Right? So it's important.
If they found a way to cheat death. A new theory proposes a mind-bending explanation that could rewrite our understanding of stellar evolution. These stars could be feeding off dark matter.
Dark matter is posited by, and it's something that scientists have no idea what it is, but it's basically the cosmic ether, if you will. It's believed to be about 75% of all of the mass in the universe. And it's the only thing that scientists have been able to think of that prevents galaxies themselves from flying apart. So it would make sense that a star would be able to consume such material and increase its own mass, but we just don't know how it works.
Powered indefinitely by the most mysterious substance in the universe. The nature of dark matter remains a total mystery. Despite making up 85% of all material in the universe, it's...
Scratch that, 85%. The numbers vary. Some lower estimates are like 70%, higher estimates are like 90%, so he's saying 85%. It makes sense.
It's completely invisible to light, and only interacts with visible matter through its gravitational effects.
Gravitational effects.
It holds galaxies together like glue.
There are 4 fundamental forces in the universe. You have the strong electromagnetic force, the weak electromagnetic force, you have the gravitational force, and what's the 4th one? I can't think of it off the top of my head. I should know this, being an electrical engineer and a scientist and whatnot, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. But anyways, there's 4 fundamental forces in the universe. Gravity is about 10 to the 18th times the very weakest of those forces. So to be able to measure it is one difficulty, but for it to have any bearing whatsoever on the construction of our universe itself compared to the other forces is mind-boggling. That's how we have stars at all. Gravitational forces pulling everything together. Now, in that same vein, it would make sense that if you were to make a wormhole using gravity, you would need something that's absolutely massive to be able to fold space together if you're trying to use gravity. And that kind of a wormhole would take the shape of a sphere, right? And would take you from one point in the universe to the other. But if you were to use something like electromagnetism to make a wormhole, then that's 10 to the 18th times stronger, or something to that effect. So you don't need nearly as big of an object to create such a portal. But that's a tangent. Let's continue.
And provides a kind of scaffolding for the entire universe. Studying dark matter is next to impossible. But some theories predict that just like matter and antimatter, dark matter particles may annihilate each other when they collide.
And it's this concept that's behind the Hawking radiation of black holes.
In the process, energy and other particles like photons may be released, which could become a source of power. These collisions would probably only occur where dark matter is most dense, which happens to be right where those mysterious stars live, at the very center of our galaxy.
So the reason we are in the specific point in our galaxy that we are, at least this is what's posited, and it's another thing that makes the odds of us existing as an intelligent species, even being alive in this universe, even more astronomically low, is that we're actually kind of in not only the Goldilocks zone of our own solar system, but also the Goldilocks zone of our own galaxy. And our own galaxy seems to be in the Goldilocks zone of galaxies, in that it's the proper shape to allow for life to develop, right? In the center of the galaxy, it's extremely active, very dangerous, lots of radiation. So it's much more difficult to navigate and find a star that wouldn't be blasted by, say, gamma rays from a black hole or a quasar or something like that, and completely sterilize the solar system. We're in the right spot of our galaxy to allow us to be alive. So get back up on your mat, Chiron. So it's another thing that adds to the cosmic rarity of us.
As these youthful stars zip around the galactic core, they sail through ultra-dense clouds of dark matter, sucking in dark particles and potentially triggering collisions inside. These collisions could be acting as an extra energy source within the stars, making them appear mysteriously young.
Matter and antimatter collisions.
Immortal suns
Explode into
feeding off a cosmic
energy.
Fountain of youth.
Or damn near pure. It's like orders of magnitude.
If this is the case, It would open a whole new pathway for the life cycle of stars.
To that point, it would take a single teaspoon of antimatter. And we actually can create antimatter. We have machines that do it. But it would take a single teaspoon of it to destroy the entirety of New York City. 1 teaspoon. And that's what apparently these stars are powered by. Dark matter, dark energy, and the subsequent...
The Milky Way's
antimatter
core emits a strange, unexplained glow that was discovered in 2009. Some believe that dark matter annihilation could be causing the excess radiation.
It's a theory.
And strange, puffy G objects have also been found near the galaxy's core. They appear like stars surrounded by clouds of gas. But it may be that their outer layers have been puffed out by dark matter collisions inside.
The universe is crazy, magnificent, and so many different things that we could never imagine. Diamond planets, stars that are like giant clouds, essentially, which is what they're talking about right here. It's mind-boggling. The human mind can't even comprehend the distance from Earth to Alpha Centauri.
Some have proposed that dark matter may be comprised of a variety of different particles, obeying their own unique chemistry. In theory, some of these dark particles could even organize into forms of dark life.
Yep. We have no idea. So little that we know.
Dark matter beings may be surrounding us right now.
This is why it's so critically important to have a good imagination, to be creative. Because in order to even conceptualize what's possible in the universe, and therefore even remotely understand it, you have to be able to imagine it, right? That's the very beginning of it all. You might find something in the universe that goes beyond anything you could fathom. It's kind of like when Cortez and his and the other ships that were with him were on the shores of, what was it? I believe I always get this mixed up, either the Mayan or the Aztec Empire. I believe it was the Mayans, right? And the indigenous peoples in North America looked onto the horizon, out into the ocean. They couldn't even see the boats, even though they were there. And it was because it was beyond their comprehension. Now, they talk about this a little bit in the docu-movie, What the Bleep Do We Know? Down the Rabbit Hole, which I strongly recommend if you've never watched it. Definitely watch it. It's mind-blowing, kind of like this. We have to be able to imagine these types of things in order to be able to discover them, really. It's the inception. You simultaneously create and imagine your reality so quickly, or experience your reality so quickly, that you get in between it and you don't even notice it's happening.
Perhaps they could even be sending signals through dark matter collisions. Messages from a shadow world.
See, what I'm talking about, and even watching this video, it's the psychological layering that is allowing new seeds to be planted in your mind as well as mine, right? And he's talking about crazy, cool ideas, being able to send signals through dark energy. This harkens to the idea, making these connections in your mind, that you wouldn't have made had you not watched this video, that every object in the universe has a resonant frequency. Every object in the universe has a resonant frequency. And depending on the frame of reference. So if you're talking about the whole physical human body, that's one frame of reference. It has a resonant frequency. If you're talking about the heart, which is a specific portion of the whole body, has its own resonant frequency. If you're talking about a building, its own resonant frequency, etc., etc., etc. Well, you can actually send signals on that resonant frequency and cause the material to vibrate. This is the whole idea behind microwaves, microwave ovens, right? They send the right frequency through water molecules that causes them to vibrate and heat up. And that's how your food heats up in a microwave. It's the same basic idea here. And it's mind-blowing. You wouldn't have ever thought of that had you not had the psychological layering, the mantra, of watching something like this. It's the zeitgeist. Infinitely important. Infinitely important. It's the ripple effect that every single one of us has in the human consciousness. You're much more important than you think you are.
It may still be that dark matter does not exist at all.
We don't know.
And the anomalies we see are explained by something else. But by studying the immortal stars at our galaxy's core, we may begin to uncover the secrets of the shadow world and glimpse a piece of the universe that light has never touched.
So, to this point, they have a video where they talk about, and I actually reviewed it a while back, they talk about the end of the universe. Oh, Google years from now. 10 to the 100th years from now. So long and far in the future that black holes themselves will evaporate and no longer exist. Time will no longer be relevant. There will be no such thing as it, because time is based upon a frame of reference to physical objects, right? Material things, geography. If there's no geography by which to define time, you have no time, right? So that era will still be. That void will still be a thing. It's just that there will be nothing in it. It'll be semi-irrelevant. However, if you conceptualize that by itself, that can be considered an entirely separate dimension from which you can draw energy. A zero-point field, if you will. So the other dimensions that are talked about in science and in science fiction, different eras in human history, or in history writ large. And you can find a way to wormhole to it and draw energy from it. They're kind of talking about that here. That's that, guys. And then they go through credits. I told you. Best channel on YouTube. The only fault I have with them is that they need to make more videos. Because this is incredible. So that's what I got for you today, guys. Let me know what you think. Come at you with some more of these later. Love y'all. Peace.